with me, smoke with me, chat with me. Hey, let's smoke and chat. Hey, let's smoke and chat.
Yo, rubber duckies, what is up? My name is Andrea, and welcome to another episode of Smoke and Chat. Today we have Meech. What's going on, bro?
What it do, man?
So who are you? Who are you to Pensacola?
To half of Pensacola, I'm just plain old Meech. To some of them, just Project Baby Meech, the rapper.
How do you think people know you? Like from growing up with you, or you think it's your music?
From growing up.
Yeah.
Growing up being bad as hell at school and being bad as hell before I got into the streets before the rap and shit. So a lot of people just know me for just.
Well, what do you consider as bad?
Just what my bad was just always just mischievous, getting into shit, want to know what's what.
Just sound like you was bored.
Bored.
That's all it sound like. Niggas just be bored. I know you said you're from Pensacola. Where are you from in Pensacola?
Pensacola Village, 500 East Fairfield.
Okay. How did you get into music?
Man, music came to me. Music found me.
Yeah.
It seemed like, because it was like, I was probably like, as far as I can remember, I was probably like 7 years old once I started like rhyming. And I don't remember me just teaching myself how to rhyme. I just remember me rapping and it came out just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have anybody around you who did music, or was it kind of like a solo thing?
It was already in me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't had nobody. My aunties, they liked the music. They ain't really never did it. My mama, she liked the music, but I was always around just like music oriented.
Who do you think inspired you, like artist wise?
Man, like I've been rapping a long time, so it's a lot of people. So I'm gonna say Cash Money, No Limit.
Oh yeah.
8 Ball, MJG, Dating Family, Top Authority.
My husband loved 8 Ball MJG.
Scarface.
He be playing the shit out of them.
Boosie, Webby.
You know that Boosie and Webby, when they was together, they was making some hits, bro. Like that was a crazy ass era,
and
bro.
See, I had my one foot in the street and not knowing what I was doing. So, but when they came along, it was like, man, I want to rap.
Yeah.
Like Boosie, like my favorite artist was Webby. My little brother had to actually put me on Boosie, but when I got on Boosie, I was like, man.
But okay, so you know how they argue and say like Boosie better than Webby. Who do you think's better? Do you still think?
It depends on what album.
Yeah.
Because, man, them folks hard together. But even though they harder without each other though. But it just depends on what album. Because one got one beat on one.
I feel that. When's the first time you actually made a song? Like when you weren't just rapping, but you actually had something that you could like repeat.
Man, the first time I made a song, I was probably in the 5th going on 6th.
Yeah.
And back then, you had to write 3 16-bar verses.
Yeah.
So that shit was like, man, I probably took 3 days because I liked to do it more back then. Like, it was you feel me?
Music is definitely different. How has that changed from now?
Because now it's like they doing 2 8s or 2 12s and a 4-bar verse, of course. Or it's like 2 8s and an 8-bar chorus.
Yeah.
You feel me? So back then it was like you really had to know how to rap.
You had a lot more rapping to do.
Yeah, you had to know.
It wasn't just a chorus. And songs was also, I try to tell people, songs was longer back then. Like,
and it was the subject matter.
Yeah.
It was the subject matter. So like back then, like it was kind of hard for you to stay on one subject writing 3 16 bars. Because the first verse, you really like giving them all you got. The second verse, goddamn, you going halfway. In the third verse, you just taking them out of there. But now it's like, I don't know.
Do you think that's better for the rap culture, or do you think it has affected it at all?
Man, you make these young folks write a 3 16-bar verse. Man, them folks gonna want to get out the studio, man. Like,
nah, for real. They just gotta think more. There are honestly some artists that can do it. Like, I think Rashawn Stallworth's pretty good at that. I don't personally know Ty Beezy like that, but I think he could do that. I think he'd be able to do that shit.
Ty B like one of them artists that been in there with me like a long time.
Yeah.
He just not getting his recognition probably like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, 100%. That's when I actually found out about him.
He definitely been grinding.
Yeah. I know you said you just kind of started rapping one day. When did you actually get into the studio? Like, when was the first time you recorded a song?
I was 17.
Yeah.
I was 17. I stayed in Dogwood, man.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I was just sitting on the porch in front of the stairs and shit. And my brother and his guy brother actually was on the way to the studio. So my brother told his guy brother, hey, my guy brother, he's snapping, like, he's fine. And his brother was like, man, that nigga ain't rapping. He can't rap with us. So we went to the studio. Shout out Nito, Lil Zay. That's my guy brother.
Yeah?
Yeah. And we went to his cousin's house. And his cousin had the studio in Wedgwood in the laundry room. And the first song, he loved me. Yeah. It wasn't really love me. It loved me and my brother Rosa. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then,
like, it wasn't just like y'all slow?
Yeah, it was the Boosie and Webby effect.
I got you.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. What song was it? Do you have it? Is it still out?
To this day, I don't remember our first song, but I remember our second song that we did. It was On the Block. It was called On the Block. It's on YouTube, old ass song. This started like about 2008.
Yeah. Where'd y'all get y'all beats from back then?
YouTube, SoundClick.
SoundClick? Mm-hmm. I feel you. It was like LimeWire type shit.
It was more like an instrumental website.
Okay, I got you.
And you just download them.
Did people make beats in the city back then like that, or was it because it's kind of saturated right now with everybody and their mama making beats? But
back then, everybody was on. Most of the people that made beats back then actually gone and drifted off, but they was on the rise of making beats. Like Eva G.
Oh yeah.
Eva G was one of them. Lil C, Lil Mac.
I do.
Me personally, I never. This is the only interview I just said this in. Yeah. I never really did the beats down here. Yeah. Because I felt like my rap was more like industry slash.
I feel you. So where did you get your? Oh, I get what you're saying. So you used the website because you did kind of sift through.
Like Lil Zay put us actually on the website. Mm-hmm. And that's what we like. Kind of me and my brother Rosa built our structure of rapping. Because we was already rapping, like doing it back to back and shit like that. But when we got with Lil Zay, it was more like structure. Like,
oh, okay.
It was more subject matter. It was more wordplay. It was more like, y'all ain't rapping on this hood ass shit. Y'all
it was like
hood, but it's gonna be industry.
I don't want to say it was actual music, but it was actual music. I don't know. The music today just don't hit the same. Like, I'm grateful for people like you who rap the way you do, because you can kind of feel that soul in it. Like, you can tell that you don't just listen to Lil Baby and fucking all the new stream rappers. You can tell that you kind of have like some seniority to it type shit. So what do you think is a perfect studio session in your eyes? Like, do you write your music? How do you do it?
Perfect studio session for me is 3 studio sessions.
3 studio sessions?
Like I said, like as far as like being in that studio, I learned a lot of shit from Lil Zay. Because, shout out to bro, because at the end of the day, me and my little bro Rosa, we was never on the promotion side and never on the go in the studio and just get it all. It was always him being an engineer. Okay, you got this song. Like I said, me and my brother used to write songs without beats. Yeah. So we'll go in there and drop a song, and if his energy like, okay, we finna jump to another. Y'all got another one? We finna go to another. And we gonna do it until y'all ain't got no more, or if I'm tired of engineering. And that's just how it was.
So do you still write music, or do you freestyle?
It's the vibes for me now.
Yeah.
The music that changed.
Because I know you said multiple studio sessions, and that's kind of how you can tell that you're a little bit more experienced than these other rappers, because they'll go in the studio, have like a 6-hour studio session, crap out like 3 songs, and some of them will be good, but those are also the times when you notice that the flows are similar, or like the bars are close to the same, not because they're not talented, but because they just did it all at one fucking time.
Yeah, and now it's kind of harder doing them 3 sessions because you only get an hour in the studio if you ain't got no personal engineer.
No, I feel what you're saying.
You feel me? So shout out to Grady, the engineer.
Yeah.
We just spent long hours in that motherfucking studio, so Yeah, shout out to bro.
I also feel like you just got to build a relationship with him. How has music changed your life?
Man, music changed my life every other song, man. Because it's like when I be rapping, I don't use certain words and I don't use certain shit in songs because like some of my songs I done premeditated on shit.
Yeah.
Like I done talked it up without even thinking, and then the shit happened, and I be like, damn. So, and I've been doing that since I started writing. Yeah. Like, I never used police kicking in the doors or going to kill nobody because that shit like really happened. Like, and I don't want to like put nobody out there, but I done seen a couple more rappers and artists that done premeditated shit that they ain't probably
not even just in the city, like real like famous rappers, quote unquote. Like, right. It's like you see them talk about their last days or whatever, and then next week they be shot and dead. And it's like, damn, nigga, like that's wild. I think Takeoff actually has something like that where he.
Yeah, something like that. Like, I think they had a video or something that was showing before brother had died.
That shit was wild, though. Because it's just like, you know, don't speak it into existence. If you don't plan on going through that shit or having that shit done for you for real, you should probably just leave that shit alone. Mm-hmm. Would you consider yourself a rapper, or can you make any type of music?
I can make any type of music if I just put my mind to it. Like my mama... I always been an R&B lady. Mm-hmm. So R&B and singing really like always been in me before the rap even came. Yeah. But it was just like with me, it was like when that rap came, it was something that I could do. It was something that I can like express myself more on. But I can kind of, I ain't gonna say sing, but I can harmonize good too.
Yeah, I've been listening to a couple of them. But you can harmonize, you feel me? It's not really, I don't even know if it's really called singing, but you can kind of tell if you wanted to sing, you probably could.
Like if I just stop smoking and train my voice, I can probably do
that. You definitely got to work towards that shit. Yeah. How comfortable are you on stage? You think you can work a crowd good, like get everybody involved? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, from this experience, just like from having a club full of people to having 4 people. I done been in that situation, so I done learned over time how to control the crowd and what to say and how to say it and how to move and when to move on beat. When was your first show, you think?
My first show is on YouTube too. Shout out Calvin Nickerson. That's the name, that's what it's called. Calvin Nickerson, when he opened the game plan, he reached out to us. I don't know how he got to us, but shout out to Lil Zay again for promoting, man, because that's the only way he probably did. And he reached out to us. He wanted us to open up, and we opened up. 8 people came. You feel me? We rocked that motherfucker. Zay don't even drink. And he drunk that night.
Did he?
We rocked that motherfucker.
Nah, that's lit though. Sometimes when you have a small crowd, like, I don't want to say it's better, but it humbles you, and it teaches you, like you said. But those small groups, they tend to ask you for your information more. You feel me? Like, they don't feel as uncomfortable picking you out the crowd because there's not a million people in there, so they can kind of walk up to you and get personal and shit like that. Right. What was the last show you performed? Wasn't it in Chasers for the Street and Greet? Or did you have another one? Yeah. How did you attend the crowd on that one? Because I think there was a good amount of people in there.
Man, the crowd was stupid when I got on stage. Yeah. And I ain't even know that I had that kind of effect on the crowd until they yelled out my name, Project Baby Meech. Yeah. And then I heard everybody just like yelling, so when I got on stage, the energy was high already.
That's good.
Then my homeboy that was the winner before that, Southeast, he got on stage and was my hype man, so I feel you. You know, we turned that bitch up.
What songs did you do?
I did Chases with the Basses, I did I'm Back, and I did a song off my mixtape coming out soon called Trap It Out. No, not Trap It Out. It was one of them songs out the mix.
No, I feel you. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you a little bit more about 2 songs. The first one is I'm Back. Like, where'd the inspiration from that song come from? Because I'd say that's my favorite since I've started listening to you.
Right. Just going back to the old style of me rapping, man. Like, if you ask anybody before I was like just really deep into rapping, I always had a little bit of wordplay. And I just mixed it up with a little harmonization and a little bounce, and I just gave him that.
That's why I think I like it. So I want to also talk about 500. Like, Where did that song come from? Like, I know there's a lot of features on it too. So how did y'all all come together to do that?
Which song that is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Okay
500
then.
Degrees.
Man, me and my homeboys actually like we had a group called Project Babies. It was a group called Project Babies, and we just wanted to actually try something different.
Yeah,
you know,
that
so
shit was hard.
We all just came about with the idea of doing the 400. Well, no, Project Baby Johnny came with the idea from Lil Baby and them. They actually sampled the 400 Degrees.
Oh.
So he was like, let's double back while it's hot.
Okay.
And do the original song. So we got the camouflage and we got the people out there at night. And well, the people was already out there.
Yeah.
You know, but, and we just did it, man. And it came.
No, that shit was, it was really nice. I felt like your verse on it was good. I felt like everybody's verse kind of flowed together. I thought the song was like really good.
Right.
Did y'all do the studio session together or did you do it in parts?
We did it together. We did that. We did it at Spade when Spade was over there on W Street.
How long did that take y'all? Like a couple hours?
To do the song, it took like a couple minutes. But to actually just come together and make it, like, get in the studio, it took us probably like a week or two because everybody had their shit going on.
They had shit going on. No, I feel that. I feel that. Do you think you'll do any other songs like that? Like, all y'all as one? Because I think that was about a year ago, so it wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, man, actually, yeah, I think we're going to try to get back together. Well, I'm going to say it like this, you never know, man, because everybody just be doing their own thing, so it's hard to come together and just go and collab like that.
So I did have a question about networking. How do you think that has affected your career?
Networking, I'm just starting to actually network how I want to network as far as like going out of town. And shout out to Ty Beezy because I wasn't going to these street and greets. Like, but when he started doing it, it was like, man, you gotta go. You hard. I was always in a project, fucking off, doing whatever.
I got you. You just had to make time for it.
When I came, I actually liked, not even just even about the prizes or nothing like that. I actually liked the scene because you had people actually out like Stokes. Okay. It's always nice for him to come out. You know, I've been fucking with them since Pinehead parties. Yeah. You know, so and then you see people like you, like my other boys that I forgot what they were doing, but they got a little podcast together. I got you. And it's just a nice scene, man, to be at, man.
Yeah, it is. I definitely think networking plays a really big part because, I don't know, when you're doing stuff for a long time, but you don't leave the house or you don't go to certain events, you know, nobody really knows you. But once you step out and you actually shake somebody's hand or you have that conversation, it does kind of, you know, it sticks it a little bit better. Yeah. Because, I don't know, they just, you know, you see that face to face. How do you think the internet has affected your music career with networking too?
The internet. You can grind, but you got to grind on the internet now, and it's different because you need those personal relationships.
Just now. Like that, yeah.
So I still do it, like on my CDs and shit. Like I still get the posters, I still get the flyers. That's good. I'm still going through all the hoods and stores and shit. I'm putting them up. I'm trying to connect with the people. Not saying that I ain't already connected, but you man, it's always good to have that vibe.
You technically got to stay in people's face for them to remember you. Yeah. So like, even though I've known you now, I've been listening to your music and it's kind of cool. Even if we didn't talk for like 4 or 5 months, I'm not really going to remember you like that.
Right,
I'm going to be like, it's just that nigga I did an interview with. So I think, you know, if I saw your flyer at a hood store or something like that.
The thing I learned about this shit in Pensacola, like if you're going to promote down here, you can't be too relevant because you'll die. Yeah. You feel me? People will be like, that's old, okay, what's new? Yeah.
No, I feel that. You just got to keep putting out quality, I don't want to just say music. You just got to put out quality shit in general because you need your music videos, you need your flyers, you need to go to the showcases, you literally need to do all that shit. Right. I did want to ask you, does it get expensive? Because studio time ain't free, these flyers ain't free.
Yeah, man, it gets expensive, especially when you ain't got a manager or nobody just bagging you on it. Like, especially when you paying this shit out your pocket, but if you a real artist, man, and you like what you do, then you ain't gonna really think about the money.
No, I feel that.
Not until it actually like hits you, like, damn, I just bought this and I ain't got nowhere. Yeah. But until then, man, this shit.
You just gotta keep grinding.
You
don't ever fail until you stop. I always say that. When can we find your music on all platforms?
Right now you can find my recent CDs, Project Baby, Forever 3, Return of the Dilla Man, and 500 the label, Sacrifices and Losses. You can find it on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, all that. The Project Baby Forever, the first one, the Project Baby Forever, you can find that on my mixtape since Vanilla.
Okay. You got anything on SoundCloud?
Do I got anything on SoundCloud? I don't think so, but
okay.
It probably be on there if you just look it up.
I got you.
You know?
We'll just look it up. Do you have anything else for your fans? Any new music, any new shows, anything like that we can look forward to?
We got upcoming shows, man. I'm finna hit the road, start networking with a lot of folks. We hitting all the cities, the small cities. We're trying to connect with the small cities, then blow in the big cities. The game chose me. My mixtape coming out. It's coming out soon on all major platforms. You got I'm Back. You got What Happened to Turtle. You got Chases with the Bases already out, and that's gonna be on the mixtape. So
that's a bet, and that kind of gives us a starting energy for it because we can kind of tell how good that album's gonna be just based off of those two songs.
Yes, man.
Are there gonna be more visuals? Can we look forward to those?
Yeah, I got another visual coming out that's not gonna be on this mixtape, but it's gonna be coming out. I'm working on visuals back to back. Like,
okay. Is there anything else you want to tell to your fans or anybody out there? You want to shout out anybody or anything?
Y'all just keep y'all keep tuning in, man. We got bigger and better things coming. 500 the label, man. You know, we trying to expand. We trying to make this thing actually happen for Pensacola. Going out of town with it. That's the second step. Now we trying to network. That's the third step, and hoping we run into something, man. You know,
nah, for real.
Pensacola is.
I think you got it. Appreciate you for coming on the episode, bro.
Yes, man.
Smoke with me, chat with me, smoke with me, chat with me. Hey, let's smoke and chat. Hey, let's smoke and chat.